Something else happened. From Anderson Field at Bobcat Stadium in Grandview Heights, Ohio, it's OHSAA Girls Soccer. This matchup features the Worthington Kilbourne Wolves and the Grandview Bobcats. Hi again, everybody. I am Murphy Horning. Alongside me is John Sterker. This is our first broadcast of the 2018-2019 sports year in Grandview. So, John, you glad to be back?
Oh, absolutely, Murphy. It's been a long time. You know, we talked about this before the broadcast. You did it back in the spring for baseball. I haven't been on since the winter,
basketball
but
season, yep.
nonetheless, I guess it's more about the players tonight as we have our second girls soccer game of the season, actually their first home game. And tomorrow we'll have a broadcast for the Way boys football game to take on Centennial.
Yeah, good stuff. And in case you're wondering, the girls' first game, they lost 3-0 at Cincinnati Summit Country Day on Saturday. And this is their second game of the year, first game on their home turf. So chance of redemption for the Bobcats, although this regular season, I'm not sure they're going to be facing a team the caliber of Summit.
Yeah. And speaking of that last game, Murphy, Grandview came off a loss against that Summit Country Day team that beat them in the playoffs last year, if you recall, 3-1. They ended in the state semis. They got beat to them. And unfortunately, they, again, took another loss to them. But here they are for their first home game of the season. In that last game, they lost 3-0. But in that game, Gentile had 11 saves, which was pretty impressive, especially with all the shots being taken towards her. Grandview only had one shot that game. You'd like to see the offense get things going a little bit more here tonight. And, you know, speaking of Gentile, we talked about that playoff game against Summit Country Day, and she had 18 saves in that game. And having her back's going to be prime for the Bobcats, as she's a very good goalkeeper that the Cats have seen.
Yeah, she is a senior. She is returning as the starting goalkeeper, and she might be one of the key players, if not the key player, on this Bobcat team.
Absolutely. We're seeing the starting lineup here now for the Grandview Bobcats. One of the starters for the Cats is going to be Taylor Pierce, and she's someone you're going to have to look out for. She was second leading scorer for the Bobcats last season behind Maddie James, and she had a big-time goal in that Lynchburg game to send them to the state semis. So she's been in some big-time games, and she knows how to get the job done. We'll see if she can carry on this season, carry on her work.
Yeah, good thing that there's a lot of youth on this Bobcat team with Pierce and Tia Thomas, Lindsay Bertani.
Absolutely. That's the thing last season, Murphy. We saw the Bobcats, you know, they lost some key players in Maddie James and also Anna Dobies. But this season they still got a good roster, and a lot of their starters are back. So this is a team that's really going to be dangerous come later.
Could be another deep
later in the fall.
Into October and into early November.
Absolutely. So we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do the national anthem, and we'll come back with you for the opening kickoff. You're watching us here on YouTube.
It's soccer time here in Grandview Heights. Bobcats versus the Wolves. Referees trotting out towards midfield. Both teams are huddled near their sidelines.
Yeah, one player we didn't really make a whole lot of mention about yet, Murphy, was Olivia Girardi. If you recall, she had injuries last year that kept her out for a majority of the season, and now that she's fully healed up, we'll see what she can do also for the Bobcats. Like we mentioned before, this is a team that's very young but has a lot of experience, and at some point you gotta think to yourself, when is this experience really going to come into factor? And
it's good to have
this is a good opportunity against a big school like Worthington Kilbourne. Now, Worthington Kilbourne last season they went 2-16-5. They didn't have a ton of wins, but they're still nonetheless a big school, and Grandview, they're going to have their work cut out for them here tonight.
The Cats will be sure to have their hands full tonight. Emma Phillips teeing it up at midfield. WC will get the ball to start this one off.
Yeah, some things to look out for, obviously, is, like I was mentioning, we're just at one goal in the first game. Offensively, they got to try to get things going here, maybe spread out a little bit more. And obviously, defensively, you got to help out Gentile. You can't be, even though she had 11 saves last game, it could have been a lot worse. You got to help her out in the backfield.
Definitely,
just giving up 14 shots is too much for the Cats, especially compared to last season. Let's see if they can make any adjustments coming off.
Here comes
last game.
Christian. There's There's Carly Orr, excuse me. There's Lindsay Bertani. Bertani shifting. Gives it back to Giorski. Over across. It's up the middle. There's Taylor.
It's Taylor
Pierce.
Yep.
Trying to break away. Tried to feed it to Girardi.
And you can see Bobcats already trying to go to Taylor right off the bat. Try to get her going.
Yeah, Pierce, who is the leading goal scorer of the returning players, like you just mentioned at the start. Here's Giorski again. There's Carly Orr, right side. Up to Girardi. Girardi trying to muscle, and the foul's called on Kilbourne. Cats will have a free kick here. Just about a minute into the game, no score. Grandview and Worthington Kilbourne. Hallie Giorski.
Obviously the football kicker.
He has done some kicking for the football team.
We saw her during the preseason game last week. Still has quite the foot and the accuracy.
Yeah, she's a very busy person. She'll be kicking for the football team, playing defense for the soccer team. But here's Molly Humphrey. Ball's funneled towards the middle. Gentile scoops it up.
And that was a good execution right there by the Bobcats on the defensive end to force that long shot. We saw a lot of times last season where the players on the opposite side, they would take it all the way to the field or out to the goal and they would have a shot, but that time they extended it so there'd be a longer shot, making it easier for Gentile.
Baumgartner drills it up. Here's Maddie Feldhaus, dishes it over to Courtney Ream. Ream being chased by Olivia Girardi. Ream tries to break away, kicks it towards the middle. Gentile will gobble it up.
And that was Ream right there, just trying to make a play out of something, but unfortunately her teammates couldn't get to the ball in time.
Teams are no real good scoring chances, just feeling each other out here early on, the first 2.5 minutes. But here's Olivia Girardi on the right wing, centering pass towards the middle. There's Signe Slaughter. She can't settle it down. It's kicked towards the far sideline, and Grandview will get a throw in. Good chance there for the Bobcats, just couldn't get the shot off.
Yeah, they're trying to get that towards the middle. Looked like, again, they were trying to look for Pierce, but she was getting guarded that time once again. And what we've seen last season from this girls team is that they do a lot of quick substitutions. They are a deep bench, and they get a lot of players involved.
Love hockey lining these players,
You got to believe, and with these games being so long as they are, got to believe there's going to be some quick substitutions early on.
Especially it's August, it's still warm out. Players got to stay hydrated. Maybe this is probably less of an issue come October, but not at this point in the year and for much of September. And here's I'm sure there's going to be a couple times going to slip up and say WC, but here's Kilbourne near the left hash. Ball is kicked out of the middle. Girardi chasing after it. Bali was on it with fouls called on Kilbourne. And I'm going to apologize in advance for the times I say Worthington Christian tonight instead of Worthington Kilbourne, but
yeah, Bobcats will see WC later on this season. You got to believe that's going to be quite a good battle between the two.
The Bobcats, the Lady Bobcats' next game Wednesday at WC, and I believe, well, I know for a fact that the boys are home on Wednesday against those guys, and I believe that we will be bringing that game to you. That game is on our schedule. You can be able to call that game, John?
Oh, yeah.
I should be able to make that as well.
Also, quick plug to our broadcasting as Tia Thomas was over there.
Here's Girardi near the goal. Crosses, save is made by Baumgartner. First great chance for the Bobcats, and Jill Baumgartner makes a nice save.
That was really impressive to see out Tia Thomas. You know, last season she had always the right idea, just the passes seems like a lot of times were not long enough. That time it was unable to get the goal to Girardi.
Sasha Estes. There's Kayla Morris, ball towards the top left corner. There's Estes battling for it. She was involved in the one-on-one ball earlier, trying to break away. Left foot kick, it's deflected. And I believe Kilbourne will get a corner kick. We'll get a corner kick out of this.
Yep. And yeah, like I was mentioned before, I want to give a quick plug to our broadcast. Those who are watching this, if you don't know yet, we have our schedule is laid out for every broadcast we'll be doing. This fall, we're going to be doing 5 girls soccer games, 5 boys soccer games, and 5 football games. And we'll also be doing a volleyball game this year, so you want to check that out if you haven't yet.
Well, we will be broadcasting all the football games. Only the home games will be...
The 5 home games, yes,
yep.
Correct.
But only the home games will be on video because of rules. Hallie Giorski will kick it out of here for the Bobcats. 6 minutes into the game, no score. Grandview and Worthington Kilbourne. Kicked up ahead, it bounces, knocked towards the far sideline. There's Estes. Here's Signe Slaughter, loses control. Kilbourne trying to establish a presence in the Bobcat zone. Here's Courtney Ream. Ream right side, and a shot. She hooked it. It'll go out of bounds. Goal kick for Grandview Heights.
And again, we saw the Bobcats pressuring the shooter right there on the defensive end. We're seeing a lot more aggressiveness defensively than we did probably even last season early on, with the Bobcats forcing deeper shots than they did.
You gotta love the aggressive defense. Giorski kicks it out, kept in by the Wolves. There's Lindsay Bertani fighting for it. Here's Ella Bali of Kilbourne, trying to work it towards the middle. There's Abby Baxter chasing after it. Foul called on Grandview as, let me see who that is. So that was Sasha Estes, who's a little bit shaken up there, but looks like she's fine.
I believe that was Slaughter they're going to get with that tripping call.
Maddie Feldhaus, about 47 yards from the goal, will attempt this free kick. She'll be kicking it straight on, and she does. It goes left side, wasn't touched. Another goal kick for the Bobcats.
Yeah, one thing I've been noticing, Murphy, is despite Bobcats forcing the longer shots, this Worthington Kilbourne team has some shooters, so they can make those long shots. It's up to Bobcats.
They love those
it's a Gentile. She's always got to have her heads up no matter where the shot's going to be taken from.
That's a very true statement, John. There's Signe Slaughter tried to connect with Taylor Pierce. Probably a bit of a miscommunication there. Throw in for Kilbourne. And that's tossed in. Here's Emma Phillips. Gets it back to Lauren Lickman, the defender. Catch trying to create something right side. Goes out of bounds. Cats will get a throw in. Here's Olivia Girardi. Quickly up ahead for Taylor Pierce. It's deflected. Pierce battling for it. So is Signe Slaughter. Goes towards the sideline. There's Olivia Girardi. She's been very active so far tonight. Here's number 12, Emma Phillips. Phillips left foots it towards the middle. There's Adele Bechtel. She'll kick it over to Carly Orr to thwart that threat. Orr waiting. Carly's still waiting. She'll just kick it out of bounds in front of oncoming pressure.
Smart idea.
Yep, very smart idea. You don't want to
try
do anything stupid that would. And we all know how important. It's very cliched in soccer and hockey.
It's like a quarterback in football. You just throw it out of bounds instead of trying to force a throw.
Well, what I was going to say is how important scoring the first goal is. But here's a chance. Shot, nice save, Gentile. Rebound, cleared out. What a save by Ruby Gentile. As soon as I was talking about that first goal, Gentile makes such a huge save.
Yeah, and like you were mentioning, Murphy, both teams still yet to score in this season so far. So first goal from either side will be the first goal
would be a huge
of the season. Definitely a momentum builder.
Off the back for either the Bobcats or the Wolves. And we'll have
Kilbourne almost had a chance back there.
Subs for the Bobcats. That's Emma Hall, Maddie Arndt, and Izzy Evans coming into the game for the Bobcats, and Lindsay Bertani, Whitney Schaeffer will exit for the Bobcats. So will Olivia Girardi, which that's a break she'll need after running roughshod over the field.
I was mentioning about that bench, Murphy. It's not only do they do quick substitutions, but the way they sub about 3 or 4 at a time usually. As Izzy Evans is one of the players that's in, as you can see her over there. Saw a lot of her during JV last season, and she's really stepped up her game. Became a lot more aggressive.
Trying to start something right side of the field. Sydney Slaughter tries to clear it. She cannot. It's kicked up ahead. There's Abby English. English chips it up near the far sideline, out of bounds. Grandview ball. About 11 minutes into the game, no score. Grandview Heights and Worthington Kilbourne. Both teams are 0-1. Cats' loss was to Cincinnati Summit Country Day. And that's tossed in. Bounces towards the middle. Catch trying to start something. Looked like some contact there, no foul. But here's Sydney Slaughter. She has some space. Now she's under duress. It's kicked towards the far sideline, out of bounds. Grandview will get a throw in. I feel like it's been 60-40 Worthington Christian in terms of possession so far. Both teams have had their moments. Cats
for sure.
had the best chance of the game so far.
And in back and forth field possessions like this, you gotta do your best to make sure you take the right shots, because you only get so many opportunities.
This back and forth, this is why you do all that conditioning in August and late July.
It's tiring.
Yep, it is.
It's very tiring. It is because of games like this. You'll get those games where you will win 10-0 or you get beat 10-0. It may not necessarily give it your all, but these are the type of games where you really got to come out and be prepared.
Yep. And a foul called on the Bobcats. 27.5 minutes left here in the first half. We are scoreless.
First meeting between Grandview and Kilbourne in over 10 years now, in girls soccer actually, so. Not only is this an important game early on in the season, also bragging rights.
The historic, nostalgic Grandview Worthington Kilbourne rivalry.
Exactly.
Looks like got a decent student turnout tonight. Looks like they're 6 or 7 rows deep. Nice night in terms of weather. Here's Kayla Morris, loses control. Out of bounds. Wolves ball.
Yeah, we saw Morris right there. Good heads-up play. She knew she wasn't going to get to the ball in time, so she slid to make sure she could poke it out of bounds. Those are the type of plays that you like to see if you're a coach of a team like this. Just heads up plays, knowing your next move before it happens.
There's Carly Orr fighting for it. Here's Courtney Ream of the Wolves. It's dribbled up ahead, fielded by Gentile. She'll whip it up ahead, looking for Carly Orr. She's waiting on it, and she regains control, running around in circles, trying to get to the sideline, trying to find an outlet. She could not, but it goes out of bounds off of Kilbourne. Cats will get a throw in.
See right there, 2 more subs for the Bobcats as Olivia Girardi, Lindsay Bertani are both going to be coming in. Lindsay Bertani, if you recall, she got a lot of playing time last year. She's a heck of a shooter. You know, but don't let her size underestimate how powerful of a kick she has.
Indeed, the Cats, the
and
freshmen last year, they got a lot of playing time, and in last year's freshman class played a pretty integral role in making the team go as far as they did.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Kayla Morris on the right wing being defended by Maddie Arndt. Goes towards the top left of your screen. She kicks it off Arndt. Throw in for the Wolves. And we got a whistle. We're going to get a substitution. Just a 1-for-1 switch. That's Courtney Ream who will be headed out of the game. Can't see. Natalie Dice coming in. Natalie Geist coming in for, I had to check the roster to make sure I had the accurate pronunciations. That one's punched across the goal, out of bounds.
And again, it just seems like when one Worthington Kilbourne player has the ball, you usually see 3 Bobcats just chasing after her, and that can be a good and bad thing for the Cats.
Have a great presence in the defensive zone so far.
But just make sure those 3 you don't get beat, because if you do, you're in deep trouble.
It's kicked up ahead.
A lot different strategy than we saw last season. Recall last season it was almost a woman to woman, if you'd call it, type of battle, just 1-on-1. Rather than this season, it seems like they're doing a lot more of 2-on-1s and 3-on-1s.
Oh, here's Olivia Girardi. 1-on-1, she gets around, she has a break, in on goal, the shot just missed the far post. Goal kick for Worthington Kilbourne.
That's 2 now for Olivia. She's almost had him, and you know she's going to get it one of these times.
If she just got
Kilbourne
more mustard on that one, it would have been 1-0 Bobcats.
Also want to give a shout out to our sponsors here. You see over there, we have Jimmy John's, Ricky Fast.
Are we still sponsored by Grandview Pro Fitness, or did they?
I believe we are.
Us? Yeah.
Shout out to Grandview Pro
Fitness. The world's best 24-hour fitness center, bar none. Not even close.
We're gonna hear this again this year.
Oh yeah, you gotta make reading sponsors fun. That's the part everyone hates about broadcasting. Everyone just wants to fall asleep when you're reading ads. Why don't you just shake it up a little?
Mm-hmm. Shake it up.
Shake it up. The ball's thrown in. Bit of a tie-up at the far side. Cross towards the middle. It's chipped out of bounds. Goal kick for Grandview Heights.
One thing I'm also noticing, Murphy, is that Bobcats, they're sending the whole household the way back. Our closest person, our closest person usually up front is still on like the 25-yard line, playing defense. So definitely a very, very quick team that we have this year for Bobcats.
What is the soccer
are able
term
to go back up and forth
for the position that you're playing? Let's say you're playing what's the soccer term for that? No.
In terms of what?
Like you said, the Cats' highest defender was playing the 25-yard line. I mean, we do
the forward?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The forward.
Forward in the forward position. The top of the point. The top of the point, like you'd say in hockey.
Yeah.
Again, we set. Stopper and the okay.
Stopper is the first defender. Sweeper is the last ball.
Okay.
Some people call him right
fullback, yeah. Sweeper, stopper, fullback. There you go. That's the order of succession. Thanks, Mrs. Smith, for helping out these football guys into a certain these hockey guys with some soccer.
Yeah, like you said, Murphy, it's still been pretty even battle. It just seems like lately Kilbourne's been the one that's been dominating the possession.
In terms of possession, I feel like the Cats, when they have had chances, they've gotten better chances than
Grandview has gotten a
Kilbourne.
lot better looks, especially they're going to Olivia Girardi, which early on I thought they'd be going Taylor Pierce a lot, but they're trying to use Olivia Girardi, it looks like, more. And just they've been having chances,
Natalie
just haven't been able to
Geis
capitalize yet
middle.
on them.
The shot into the goal. 1-0 Wolves.
That'll be the first goal of the season for Worthington Kilbourne. And Bobcats will be now at a -4 difference.
I believe that's
on the year thus far.
Couldn't tell who scored that. Is that number?
That Kilbourne goal was scored by number 6, Abby Hall.
Abby Hall. Yeah. We don't have a number 6 on our roster here in the programs, but.
And here come a lot of substitutions for the Cats, trying to mix it up.
Schaeffer, Slaughter, and Thomas coming in, replacing Hall, Arndt, and Pierce.
They've been well rested. They came off about, I believe it was about the 28-minute mark. We're at the 20-minute mark, so they've had about like an 8 minutes rest. Let's see how they can capitalize and get things going.
Here's Olivia Girardi again. Breaking away. Probably should pass it to the right side, but before she had a chance to do so, she was tied up. It goes out of bounds in front of Maya Birchfield. She couldn't get there. Throw in for, never mind. They rule it went off of Kilbourne. Carly Orr directing traffic, throws it in to Signe Slaughter. Slaughter tries to get it out to Chiorski. Here's Bertani. It's kicked up ahead. Signe Slaughter. Goes far side, Whitney Schaeffer. Schaeffer trying to, now she tries to leverage for possession, gets it towards the middle, it's cleared out. Here's Sasha Estes out of bounds off of Kilbourne. Cats will get it thrown. We're halfway through the first half. 1-0 Wolves here. Signe Slaughter trying to chase after it.
And Cats almost did everything right on that goal. The one thing they forgot to do was watch the dominant leg. Get on that side of the dominant leg. That's the thing about soccer is you got to make sure you're on the right side when they shoot the ball just in case you can block it. If you're on, if you're on the left side of them and they take a right foot shot, what's the point, And that was the problem with the Cats right there for that last goal.
Big time. There's a goal kick. It's a high, booming, driving kick. Goes towards the far sideline. Cats will watch it go out of bounds, and they'll get a throw in. It's tossed in there. Christian tries. Yep, that's my first time saying Worthington. Christian, there we go. I knew it. That was I went 21 minutes without calling Worthington Kilbourne, Worthington Christian. There we go. But the Wolves will get a throw in here. It's tossed in to Kayla Morris. Morris working towards the top left corner. Contact on the play. Which way is this call going to go? And based off the movement of the players, the call will go against the Wolves, and the Cats will get a free kick out of their defensive zone.
And that time we saw, again, the 2-on-1 advantage, and Bobcats ended up winning that battle. Definitely a different strategy we've seen this from the Bobcats compared to last season.
Yep. Here's Tia Thomas. Some contact there. No foul. She tries to funnel it up to Olivia Girardi. Here's Kilbourne trying to do some tic-tac-toe. WK, there you go. Just be a lot easier if this was Thomas Worthington. And here's Carly Orr up to Olivia Girardi, who's been the Cats' most active player so far. Here's Orr. Orr tosses it in.
Yeah.
And Slaughter whiffs on the attempted left footer. Here's Carly Orr. Orr running around, being pressured by Natalie Geist. Orr
Nice.
breaks away. Good patience. Good way to keep her composure there.
And that was
Adele
dominant.
Bechtel boots it ahead. It bounces. Here's Maya Birchfield. There's Signe Slaughter. Tries to get it across to Olivia Girardi. Passes out stretched. Here's Carly Orr. Orr up to Slaughter. Slaughter left foots it to Girardi. Girardi taps it to Bertani. Bertani right side to Carly Orr. Orr waiting. Loses possession of the ball. Here's Natalie Geist. Geist being chased down by Orr. Up to Emma Phillips. Phillips right side. Here's Abby English. Tries to fall towards the middle. Here's Emma Phillips. Left foot shot. Great save, Gentile, and then it bounces off the far post. That's the second huge save that Ruby has made tonight.
And that's what we're used to seeing. We're from Gentile.
Yep.
She had a really good season last year defending and picking up where she left off. This whole possession has begun, remember, with Carly Orr when she was backed out in her own corner over there. And since then, Bobcats are seeing a little bit more spark, especially off the offensive end as of late. But the thing is about the Bobcats, you're only going to get so many chances, and so you're going to get so many breaks like that. You've got to be able to capitalize, and next time make sure you don't make the same mistakes that you did before.
Here's a chance for the Bobcats. Here's Whitney Schaeffer motoring into the zone. Cross pass. Great save by Baumgartner, intercepting the attempted center. Here come the Bobcats again. Schaefer waiting over to Bertani. Bertani tries to sneak it in over to Tia Thomas. Here's Jaworski, drills it. Baumgartner chasing after it. She'll gobble it up. And she punts it. It was a low bouncing punt there. Here's Emma Phillips. There's Feldhaus. Ball bouncing in the neutral zone. Thomas trying to break away. She cannot. Here's Lauren Lickman. Lickman on Hallie Jaworski. She can't get around her. It goes out of bounds. Wolves ball.
You can see fatigue starting to come in for the Bobcats as of late. Seen a little bit of lazier passes in at the beginning. Got to credit Worthington Kilbourne, though, offensively, just dominating, becoming more aggressive as the game goes on. Like you said, Murphy, you said it during the broadcast, that first goal is going to be big for whoever scores it first, and we're seeing Kilbourne. Yeah, we're seeing a lot more offense from Kilbourne than we are Grandview. Grandview's got to find a way to try to get things moving, get it to maybe Girardi or Pierce, let them get going.
And on the left side, the goal box, whistle blows. I believe it's offsides. It is.
Grandview caught a break. Kilbourne had someone in, couldn't tell who it was, but they had someone in the post getting ready to get the cross ready to score.
Here's Jaworski, the football kicker. Lines it up ahead. It deflects to Signe Slaughter. There's Maddie Arndt, the header. There's Taylor Pierce. Pierce trying to muscle her way. She's fouled. Cats will get a free kick near midfield. From midfield, Jaworski drills it ahead. Baumgartner out to play it. Maddie Arndt was
good
right there.
Up play by Baumgartner to
for the Wolves. Good thing.
Save that.
Good thing she scooped it up right then and there without bobbling it, because that could have been trouble. 12:27 left here in the first half. 1-0 Worthington Kilbourne. Here's Adele Bechtel.
Again,
Taps it
Kilbourne.
ahead to Slaughter.
So there's long passes for Kilbourne we're seeing. That's really just like
Long stretch passes,
Yeah.
yep. Cats are kind of going with the short,
shorter
choppy.
passes, exactly.
Yep. There's Abby Baxter chasing after it. Kicked out of bounds. Looks like a corner kick coming for Worthington Kilbourne.
The difference between the two is you make those long passes and you connect to them. The person that receives those long passes has plenty of time to do something. Right?
Yep.
With the short passes, you got to be hesitant. You got to know what to do with your next move right away. Take it
Corner
from me.
kick,
I played soccer for
It's
2
a
years in high school.
Kick towards the near post. Slaughter tries to clear it ahead. She does. The Cats escape any immediate damage. Slaughter could have had a break there had she secured complete possession of the ball there. 10:54 left here in the first half. 1-0 Worthington Kilbourne over Grandview Heights. The ball's punted. There's Schaeffer. Pops it ahead to Signe Slaughter. Slaughter near the sideline. Kicked out of bounds by Kilbourne. Cats will get a throw in. Thrown in right away. There's Signe Slaughter. Slaughter being double teamed. Now she's being single teamed. 7-on-7. Goes out of bounds off again off of Kilbourne.
Bobcats using that sideline quite a bit.
This time, they say it went out off of Grandview.
Maybe not necessarily the worst idea either to use that
No.
sideline to advance the ball. A lot of teams will use that to try to find ways to get back in offensively. They use that sideline to advance the ball so they can have those chances to get some shots near the goals, or than trying to attack the middle.
There's Jaworski trailing the ball. Uh-oh, it's behind her. She's beat, kicked into the goal. 2-0 Worthington Kilbourne. I believe that's Natalie Geist.
I believe so, and she just happened to be at the right place at the right time, it almost seemed like there, Murphy.
Yeah.
Bobcats were unable to get to the ball before the shot was
Gentile
put.
overran it. Cats couldn't get back. Because of those two things, it's 2-0 Wolves.
And on the sideline, we're seeing three more substitutions happening. Bobcats are still looking for that right combo to go with here.
Yep.
Number 5, Lindsay Bertani. Number 9, Carly Orr.
2-0 ball game, though. Anything can still happen.
9, Carly Orr. Number 11 is Holly Jaworski, and number 13, Izzy Evans.
Evans back into the game for Grandview Heights. Here's Kilbourne again carrying the play in the Bobcat zone. Here's Maddie Feldhouse, kick towards the middle. It's cleared by the Bobcats. Here's Olivia Girardi. She's poked in the mouth there.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to stop the clock because of an injury. And a yellow card is called on, I believe that's on Lauren Lickman, if I'm not mistaken. Well, she's going to be the one subbed out. So,
Almost seemed
yellow
like,
card on Lauren Lickman, the defender.
seemed like Lickman right there was just too focused on the field, not even paying attention to it. And Girardi, you
Yeah.
can see she's heading straight to.
Yeah, and you
the
have to be
trainers.
responsible for
Yeah.
how you
Hopefully
make
she's
contact. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's an accident or not. I
okay. It
believe
was Laura Lickman.
Lauren
I-
Lickman.
Lauren
the
Lickman,
defender,
I believe.
She was the one who was subbed out, so that's probably her.
We can see the.
Yeah, the coach getting an explanation. She's contending the call, but to no avail.
I think she was trying to say it was just an accident, but
Doesn't matter.
yeah. Gotta watch that face.
And here's Whitney Schaeffer, left foot towards the goal.
Almost. had a chance.
Baumgartner makes the save. Good chance there for the Bobcats.
Schaeffer was one of the players that sub out Maddie James last season a lot, if you recall, Murphy.
Yep.
She got a lot of playing time when Maddie would have to come out to rest. We're seeing her get an opportunity. Especially if Girardi now being out, she's gonna really have to step up for the Cats here. Her, and we haven't seen a lot of Pierce as of late either.
No, we haven't seen a lot of. Lickman heads back into the game here.
Once again, the game sponsored by Jimmy John's. Freaky Fast.
And
to thank them.
Grandview Pro Fitness. It's not Ohio Pro Fitness, it's Grandview Pro Fitness. But it is Ohio's best 24 hours fitness center, as well as in the United States and the world. So.
Hey, Murphy, you don't go there all
Yeah, there's a reason I'm doing this and not being on the field. and I think you just discovered why.
How far away is it from you now, Murphy? About,
how far away is
about 20 minutes now?
About 20 minutes on days where there's bad traffic. It's like 6-7 miles from here to Bexley.
Just seeing a throw in here by the Bobcats. Yeah, those who don't know, Murphy actually just started
at Capital University
freshman year for his first week.
And John, I mean, he's juggling a ton of stuff right now. I don't know how you're.
Yeah, I got a busy schedule. So if there's a few games I might not hear from me, it's because I got something going on. But I am going to do my best to be at every game. So.
Yeah, but we know that your schedule's out of your control. There's Abby Baxter chasing after it. 6:44 left here in the first half. There's Taylor Pierce. She's knocked off the ball, and a foul is called.
We're seeing a lot of aggression from this Kilbourne team as of late.
More so later in the second half, I'd say. Yep.
Especially when we're getting later and later into this first half. We see teams try to edge a little bit and try to find ways to get advantage and try to get some late goals. And that's when a lot of these chippiness plays happen.
Here's Izzy Evans. Evans breaking away. Shot. She pushed it right. Goal kick for Kilbourne.
That was a good read by Izzy, too. She saw the open field and was able to ask to get plays where she was running towards and just was unlucky with the shot.
Good idea. Good effort. Just execution wasn't there. That's kind of the name of the game for the Bobcats so far in the offensive zone. And they're getting in the right areas. They're getting the ball into the right position. There's either missing shots, not getting enough mustard on the ball. Just haven't gotten it in the net. Gentile. That was a bit of a dangerous play there. Here's Carly Orr. There's Tia Thomas. Thomas circling. Maintaining patience. Gives it back to Giorski. It's popped ahead to Signe Slaughter. And here's Taylor Pierce. Pierce kicks it up ahead in a one-on-one ball for Izzy Evans. Evans goes out of bounds. They say it went off of Kilbourne. That was a close play there.
Apologize for the camera angle here with the wall being right in
blocked
front of
out.
me.
It's like those stupid pillars. And whistle blows. Evans was going fast there. It's tossed in. There's Tia Thomas. And that's knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, we're starting to see Bobcats offensively start to dominate a little bit more. They say 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in any sport. See if Bobcats can make that statement true. But again, we just saw right there, it's those long shots that we're seeing from Kilbourne that's really just killing the Bobcats.
Yeah. Less than 4 minutes left here in the first half. 2-0 Wolves.
Again, this is a smaller but quicker team.
And a foul called.
So you got to think, at what point do Bobcats catch on with those long passes and take advantage?
And it's drilled ahead. There's Schaeffer. Bounces off her head. Left foot attempt. There's Taylor Pierce. Baumgartner scoops it up.
And we're seeing the Bobcats use the field in very interesting ways. If you recall in the beginning, they're using the middle a lot more. Then they decided to go towards the sidelines. And now they're using Izzy Evans here on the right side. See if they can get
Here's
something
Taylor
going.
Pierce. The shot. Couldn't get much on it. It probably was deflected. Baumgartner makes the save. That's punted ahead. 3:12 left here in the first half.
So I see Bobcats now start to take control of possession. Again, we're seeing some more of those short passes.
Yep. Here's Tia Thomas. Thomas working from right to
Slaughter,
left.
Pierce, and Evans.
Now moves back towards the right side. Tries to sneak it underneath to Izzy Evans. Evans, can she chase it down? Attempted cross. Goes to the side of the goal. Goal kick.
Seeing a lot more shots now from the Bobcats,
Yep.
Murphy.
You love the desperation level that you're seeing in the last 8 to 10 minutes.
And number 12 is Emma Phillips.
That's the 2-minute warning. Sydney Slaughter chasing after it. It's popped up ahead. Adele Bechtel going back. She probably should kick it out of bounds, and she does. Throw in for WC.
We'll see what Kilbourne tries to do offensively here. Lately. They haven't had a lot of chances to be on the attack. Just seems like they're trying to get out of this half with a 2-0 lead when the Bobcats are trying to score one in beforehand.
There's Izzy Evans. She couldn't get past the stretch a little bit too much there. Looks like a bunch of the students are rushing towards the concession stand. 1 minute left in the period. Bechtel boots it ahead.
And Michigan still.
Sucks.
Oh, wait. Yeah. It's Ohio State.
The Cats will
you got to think a goal right here for the Bobcats before half.
That would be huge. Here's Sydney Slaughter. Back to Schaeffer. She pops it over the middle to Evans.
Got a
Here's
chance.
Carly Orr. Can the ball settle down? She's got a chance. Into the goal! Carly Orr scores with 31.3 seconds left, and the Cats cut the lead in half. It's 2-1.
And we were asking Murphy when are the Bobcats eventually going to get something going, and Carly Orr is the first one to do it.
That's what the doctor ordered right there.
Carly Orr, we know how good of a player she can be. It's in her family, as you recall. Her brother was heck of a soccer player. And Carly had a few goals last season for the Bobcats. She wasn't much of a scorer, but right there she came up big time for the Cats. And they got to get back with 20 seconds to go.
Jim has given us the warning that he's about ready to blow the horn.
10 seconds left.
Still another chance. Gentile makes the save straight on. 6, 5, 4. Gentile's just going to hold on to the ball. 3. Here we go. Man, that thing is powerful. John, what do you got to say about that first half?
Well, Bobcats early on, it seemed like they just took them a little bit to get into the game, and finally they got that last goal by Carly Orr. Had they not been as slow, maybe it could have been a tied ball game. They just got unlucky on that last goal. But they're still in this thing, and let's see if they can build upon their first goal of the season.
Yeah, Kilbourne really dominated in terms of time of possession earlier. Cats played a pretty sound game in their defensive end, but they had a couple of lapses, and that resulted in 2 goals for Worthington Christian. From an offensive standpoint, Cats came so close early on to getting it into the goal, but Cats finally broke through. It's 2-1. That could be a huge turning point in this game. You won't want to go away for the second half. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
All right, we're on.
All right, we're back and ready to rock and roll here for the second half at Anderson Field at Bobcat Stadium. Or is it Bobcats? No, it's Anderson Field.
Anderson
Bobcat
Field.
Stadium. I had it right the first time.
In case you missed it, Bobcats got a late last-minute goal from Carly Orr to chop the 2-0 lead to 2-1.
Chop it in half. And the Cats, they're riding the wave of momentum. And let's see, and they'll get the ball to start the second half here.
And early on in that first half, Murphy, we saw it was really Kilbourne that was dominating offense on the offensive end. And it just seemed like it took later on for the Bobcats finally get their mojo going and try to making smarter passes, getting their offense, their key players like Taylor Pierce and Olivia Girardi going. Speaking of Olivia Girardi, hope to get a word about how she's doing. She went off the bench in that first half after getting what looked like maybe a poke in the eye.
Yeah.
She went straight to the trainers. Hopefully she's all right.
I mean, she's being held for precautionary purposes, but we will not speculate further. Worthington Kilbourne will get a throw-in. No, actually, no, they won't. The amateur referees in the stands getting real worked up over that call.
Let them have it, Murph.
The one thing that unites the only thing that unites all Americans nowadays is that we all believe our teams are getting hosed by the refs on a nightly basis.
That's been going on, though, for ages.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Don't think back in the 1940s.
That parent did scream, no, that's a bad call.
Babe Ruth stage. But, yeah, later on, we saw this.
Here's a chance. It's dribbled towards the goal. Gentile dives.
Again, another save by Ruby Gentile. But we were talking about during the halftime break, Murphy, is actually me and Brad Bertain were talking about, so many chances that you're going to have to eventually help out defensive end. Only so many times Gentile can make a big-time save. Defense, and they will. They'll step up. Got to find ways on the defensive end. They were doing well with those 2-1 covers, and it seems like they got away from them later on. Definitely a different format defensively than what we saw last season.
Humphrey. Looks like she wants to get towards the middle, but she cannot. Let's kick towards goal. Gentile makes the head-high save. And she power rolls it ahead to Whitney Schaeffer. And it's kicked up ahead, out of bounds. Throw in for your Grandview Heights Bobcats. Whitney Schaeffer. Looked like she wanted to get it up ahead to Taylor Pierce there. Olivia Girardi is back in the game. That's good to see. And a foul is called on Whitney Schaeffer. She doesn't like the call.
Can you see Whitney Schaeffer starting in front of Olivia Girardi? Whitney Schaeffer had a few chances, though, in that first half when she did come in. Impressive what I've seen from her. And one thing Bobcats are doing a lot better in is making sure, the players on Kilbourne are forcing shots with their wrong foot compared to their better half. We're seeing a lot of these righties having to force to take shots with their left foot, which is definitely a big advantage for Bobcats.
Yep. Here's Maddie Feldhaus to attempt this corner. Bottom right. Gentile charging after it, pokes it ahead. It's good aggressive play by Ruby there. Signe Slaughter chasing after the ball. It's kicked in by the defense.
I believe that is Olivia Girardi, who is back in the game now. Yeah, in this beginning of this second half, it's starting to look a lot like that first half in the last game, the first half of this game.
And there's a line drive, and it is no
like
goal.
It's gonna go over.
Did that go through the uprights? Speaking of football, 7 p.m. tomorrow, Grandview at Centennial.
Well,
We
us
will
too.
bring it to you. Is that when we're going on the air? Would we go on?
Yeah, we'll be going on probably about 5 minutes before opening kickoff. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, due to regulations, we'll not be able to televise the game, but it will be a radio broadcast tomorrow.
And we look forward to bringing it to you live.
Just talking to Joey Bertani. Looks
Yep.
like he's ready to go.
He's
after
ready to rock and
if you
roll,
recall
yeah.
last week,
He had
Joey
a close
Bertani.
call last week,
Yeah,
but
the fans that were here saw Joey Bertani limping a little bit. Said he'll be good to go tomorrow, which is
played
good news.
dangerously by Gentile there. Our next soccer telecast will be the boys on Wednesday versus WC.
Big game.
Big
Big game.
Big game early in the season.
Obviously,
Starting the season
you
off
know the
with a
rivalry
bang.
between Grandview and Worthington Christian when it comes to soccer. No friends of one another.
Oh, not at all. Decent basketball rivalry too, but but those two teams, they've been the class of the MSL Ohio over the past.
Them and Academy.
Yeah, those three teams have been the class of this league the past 5 to 10 years. And it's kicked towards the goal, pushed right, out of bounds.
Again, that was another far shot from Kilbourne.
Big time.
We have not seen a lot of shots inside the box, Murphy, tonight.
No, we have
Bobcats have
not.
done a good job with that. It's just unfortunately some of those goals have gone in from long distance. Got to credit Kilbourne, though. It's not just the shots. It's been the passes they've been making have been long compared to Grandview's shorter shots and passes.
Here's a chance on the far side. Giorski tries to step in. Here's a shot on goal. Past Gentile. And it's 3-1 Kilbourne.
Just two Bobcats got beat right there and was able to create an open hole for Kilbourne to make the goal. Just an easy mistake that unfortunately costs the Cats another one there. Still plenty of time to go, though, Murphy. We got
Big
about
time,
34 minutes left in this game. There's still plenty of time to get two in.
Cats have got to turn it around fast, though.
You don't want this game to get away because one or two more goals, you hate to say it, but might be a little too much for Cats to overcome.
Could be. Ella Bali, by the way, was the goal scorer. There's a foul called on the Wolves there. But Ella Bali, number 5, was the goal scorer for the Wolves there.
Yeah, and that was just good play on her part. She just made two right moves to get it wide open and then just took an easy, good distance shot. That time, though, Murph, we didn't see any substitutions after
No,
that
we
goal from
didn't. Not a lot
Grandview.
of
The past two goals,
substitutions,
we've seen about 7 substitutions
Granted,
overall.
and of course, granted, it's still early, but in the half, but we haven't seen a lot of substitutions. Teams, both of them were rotating 3 players in and out, so. And that's popped in the air. There's Slaughter. And it's fought for, it goes out of bounds. Cats will get a throw in. About 7.5 minutes in to the second frame here. It's tossed in. Goes off slot.
Those are type plays if you're Grandview you need to keep making is finding ways on those sidelines. That's really what's been their beneficiary from early on in that first half to the later on in that first half is they were using that sideline to progress the field. And they kind of got away from that early on here.
And stretch the field. That's
exactly.
It goes out of bounds. Cats will retain control. Olivia Girardi, could see her back into the game. It's tossed in. Ahead, there's Carly Ord chasing after it. Ball slips loose. Here are the Wolves, far side. They try to go from left to right. There's Abby Baxter. Here's Tia Thomas. Thomas carrying the mail into the Wolves zone. Here's a chance for Whitney Schaeffer. Schaeffer, can she catch up to it? She tries to cross it.
We have a
Ball
chance.
loose. Here's Sydney Slaughter. She has a chance. Shot blocked. Cleared by the Wolves.
Kilbourne just was able to
had the
get
ball
back
in
in
the right
time.
place. It just couldn't create enough room there.
Again, I want to apologize for any camera issues here. We're all
Yeah, he's multitasking.
multitasking
right now. Yep.
here, doing camera and calling the game, so if it's a little shaky, I apologize. Try to do the best I can. And again, there we see the substitutions for the Bobcats now.
And it's tossed in. Del Bechtel tries to kick it out. And it
Just
went out
wasn't
of
able.
bounds, Yeah.
Good try. Was that
Bechtel
Tia Thomas over
Bechtel
there trying to save her? Or it might have been Carly Orr.
I think that's Carly Orr.
Yeah.
But Bechtel, she tried to kick it out of bounds, but she fanned on it, and then then the Cats, and they would have had possession there if that didn't go out of bounds. So that would have been a good mistake there.
Oh, yeah. It's a big moment right here for the Bobcats. You cannot let the ball get in here.
It goes to the far side. And some contact bodies flying. And they say it went off of Grandview.
Got the wall blocking, can't really tell.
Yeah.
It did look like it went off Grandview.
It's left-footed out by Schaeffer. Under 30 left here in the second half. 3-1 Worthington Kilbourne. Kilbourne scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Cats got their goal in the final minute of the first half. Here's Whitney Schaeffer, pops it ahead. There's Orr going for the ball. Here's Lindsay Bertani chasing after it. Kayla Morris will corral it for the Wolves, and she'll tap it ahead. Kicked into the defensive zone. Orr can't chase it down. Kilbourne trying to start something. Here's Natalie Geist, and it's try to funnel it underneath. It's out of bounds. Cats will get a throw in. Looks like we'll have some oncoming subs. Izzy Evans and Maddie Arndt are coming into the game for Lindsay Bertani. And Adele Bechtel staying into the game. And it's tossed out. Here's Carly Orr, or that's Taylor Pierce, excuse me. And Kilbourne trying to work the sideline. Here's Baxter. Baxter defending, loses control of the ball. They move it towards the middle. Here's Giorski fumbling around with it there, but she left-footed it out to the top of the zone.
Dangerous place to kick it towards the middle when you're that
And
deep in your own
roller
goal.
Scooped up by Gentile.
You got to be careful when you're back there of where you place the ball, obviously. You don't want to kick it
No, you don't.
too close towards the middle and give your other team a chance. It's one of the first things I was always taught when I played soccer is always use the sidelines. Kick it out. If your defense, kick it out to the side no matter what.
Because your objective is to prevent the other team from scoring goals.
Exactly.
That's all you care about doing.
It's a lot harder to score from the sides than it is right in front of the goal.
Yep. Here's Holly Giorski from near midfield. And she lines it over the middle. It bounces up, left foot shot. Is it too high? And it's caught by Baumgartner. 27 minutes left here in the second. And that ball's punted. Cats might have a chance here. Here's Izzy Evans. Her and Slaughter almost ran into each other there. Here's Emma Phillips. Here's Giorski. Giorski, right side. Tries to sneak it to Evans. Deflected out of bounds by Kilbourne. Cats will get a throw in. Jaworski will toss it in. Here's Taylor Pierce, loses it. Here's Abby English. There's Tia Thomas near center. See where she goes. She tries to get around the midfielder. She could not. She tried to sneak it up to Emma Hall. She does this time. Hall waits on it.
Good job by Emma Hall right
under
there.
Pressure, tapped out of bounds. Grandview ball.
A lot of players right there will try to make plays, try to run around the defender. She just stood there and let the defenders make the mistake, and good heads-up play.
And Del Bechtel will toss it in here for the Bobcats. And it's thrown in. There's Signe Slaughter going after it. Baumgartner scoops it up. And her and Slaughter almost collided. Under 26 left here in the second half. It's punched up ahead. Here's Courtney Ream. There's Ella Bali. Left foots it out of bounds. Grandview ball.
Cats are offensively, they're just looking a little too close to each other with those passes. If they could just spread out just a little bit more per pass, might be able to get past a few defenders, make it a little bit easier on themselves. Yeah. Just a little too bunchy right now.
Slaughter tried to get it to Izzy Evans. She could not. Went out of bounds.
Kilbourne sends in number 6, Abby Holm.
Abby Alm has scored a goal earlier coming in for the Wolves. She's not listed on this roster here. Brooke Taylor. Here's Emma Hall. Hall, that attempt is rebuffed. There's Abby Baxter back checking there. Here's Estes. She tried to get it to Brooke Taylor. It goes out of bounds. Cats will get a goal kick. Jaworski kicks it out. Del Bechtel goes out of bounds.
And we're seeing Kilbourne right now just using the field and the sideline to their advantage as of late.
Trying to eat up some
Clock
time
also,
here.
Yeah.
They do have a 2-goal lead. They can afford to pass just pass the ball around a little bit. Burn time. Here's Natalie Geist. Geist throws it in. Bechtel heads it up to Eleni Alexander. Foul called on Kilbourne. Cats will get a free kick.
Still got time for the Bobcats. You don't need to rush and bring the house yet. You can still do your smaller passes.
Here's a chance for
and
Taylor
play your
Pierce. She
normal
left foots it,
offense.
tries to get to Signe Slaughter. The centering attempt was deflected. Cats still will try to fight for the ball. Kicked out of bounds. Cats will get a throw in. We'll have some subs. Olivia Girardi is coming in. Tom is coming out. Arndt's coming out. Britanni's coming in. And Evans is exiting.
So Bobcats are going with the harder kickers right now, maybe trying to take some farther shots on the offensive end with Girardi and Britannia both coming in.
Thrown out of bounds. It wasn't
Good play right there by
untouched.
Kilbourne
Yeah,
to block
smart
out
play
Slaughter.
by Kilbourne. Just blocking out.
Once again, we'd like to say this game is sponsored by Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's, pretty fast. And
Yes,
Grandview
thank
Pro
you.
Fitness, the world's best 24-hour fitness center. That's all you need to know.
Used to live close to that, Murphy. Used to.
Well, I only live like, was it 6-7 miles from there?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, here's
I forgot how close
Brooke
Capitol
Taylor,
is.
yeah. It's in Bexley. It's
Yep.
enemy territory, lion country.
Did you enjoy your first week of classes?
Oh, the first week was great.
That's good.
And John, I don't know what he's
Doing a
he's
lot
got.
right
He's
now.
got 2 jobs. He's calling games. He's in class.
Yeah.
He's completely running himself.
I'll still be
into-
here, though. Don't worry.
No. He'll be here for all the football games, most of the soccer games. We'll see basketball, baseball. Hopefully you get to do more of that.
I'm always active on social media. Still. I find ways at work.
Everybody find, yeah, we all have our phone under the table. We're all
Oh, yeah.
typing stuff. We all do it. Don't act like you don't.
Some classes encourage to use your phone, believe it or not.
For what?
Social media classes. We got a timeout here, it looks like. It's like,
Oh, shoot. I didn't see that.
she just went.
Is that Whitney Schaeffer there? I believe it is.
Yeah, that is Whitney Schaeffer. Just checking her leg.
21:05 left here.
Yeah, she just
the
sat down to the
second half.
ground. So we'll take a break, ladies and gentlemen, and try to give you an update when we get back. Looks like she's up, moving.
Now, back here, 21 minutes left in the game. Grandview and Worthington Kilbourne. Kilbourne leads 3-1. Giorski kicks it out. And a foul called on Kilbourne. Cats will get a free kick. And it's drilled up ahead. Kilbourne trying to clear it out. There's Baxter coming on, slips through. The ball went out of bounds. Less touched by Kilbourne. Cats will get a throw in. We're halfway through the second frame.
Whitney Schaeffer was able to walk on her
Here's-
own powers, which is good to see.
Good to see, yep.
Again, going with that big rotation, just 3 more players coming in for the Bobcats. And that's something we talked about early on in the big game, Murphy, is that Bobcats, they rotate very quickly, and a lot of people, they shift them in and out, a lot of them.
Yep.
They don't do these small 1 or 2 people. They usually go 3 or 4 during rotations. But you can stick to your game if you're Grandview. Remember, we saw in that last minute, Grandview, they stuck with those short passes, and they went down the field. It took them 30 seconds to go down the field and score. So you don't have to rush it. You don't have to go for the long shots. You can still play your own game. So if just under 19 minutes to go, you still got time. Thing is to find your mojo offensively. They just haven't been able to find it yet this second half.
No, they haven't found their mojo offensively like they did at the end. But here's a chance for Kilbourne. And trying to make some space. A foul's called And I believe, was it going to be a penalty kick? Yeah, it was in the box.
It was in the box. And it is going to go against Grandview. Wow, that's big.
Uh-oh.
Didn't even. Not exactly sure what the call was. Usually penalty boxes, you got to make sure that
But
it's
here's
a legit
Kayla
call.
Morris. She's going to be the one attempting the penalty kick. Morris versus Gentile. She gets the whistle, she shoots, and she scores. So Morris sneaks it in the far corner of the goal, and it's 4-1 Kilbourne.
I wasn't exactly sure what the call still was on that, but nonetheless, credit Kilbourne taking advantage with the opportunity and scoring.
Yeah, well, it's a foul inside the box, so.
All right, number 22 for the
So just like that, it's a 4-1. Now you get a little bit more. We got to take a little bit more risk if you're Grandview here, Murphy.
Yeah, you just have to go all out here.
Yeah.
You don't care about.
Maybe go start to expand it. Maybe go for longer passes, spread the field a bit more.
It goes out of bounds. You definitely have to spread the field more. You have to be more aggressive. You have to go all out right now. 4-1 Kilbourne. The whistle blows. And free kick for Grandview Heights. Jaworski from the near side, about 42 yards out. And Sutter step. She tries to chip it towards the middle. Pass Bertani. Goal kick. Kilbourne.
Looked like Britannia could have had a chance there, just wasn't able to get to the ball in time. Unlucky. Too far of a shot. But those are risks you like to take. You might as well go closer to the goal this stage of the game.
Kilbourne sends in number 17, Molly Humphrey.
Well, Grandview going back to the sidelines
Yep.
here. It's been their
It's tossed
beneficiary.
in, yep. Cats have done a good job on the sidelines so far today. And it's kicked out of
Yeah,
bounds.
they're sticking with the long shooters and
Yep.
Girardi. Pierce is still in there.
Maya Birchfield. Looks like, no, she'll give it to, I think that's Jaworski, far side. Yep, it is. The ball's thrown in. Ball on the right side. Bounces. There's Birchfield going after it. Kick is popped up in the air off of Grandview.
Again, the Cats came into this game 0-1 after defeat to the team that knocked them out in the playoffs, Country
Summit
Day.
Country Day, yep.
You also got to wonder maybe if that's still on their mind, that loss to them. Nonetheless, again, I said this at the top of the broadcast. You're playing a school that's a lot bigger than
A lot
you.
bigger.
Despite
more-
what their record is or how good they may be, they're still a lot bigger school than you are.
Definitely
So
more
you're always
competition to
you're at a
make the
dis
team,
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
You're at a disadvantage. So you got to give them credit for the scheduling.
Uh-oh. And here's a break for Kilbourne. In on goal. Shots. Initial save made. Rebound. Left foot shot. Gentile's out of position, but the shot goes over the goal. Goal kick for Grandview Heights.
Gosh, Gentile is on a roll today.
Yeah.
Thank God for her.
She's been a very busy person.
She's been keeping the
first two games,
helping
yeah.
keeping the Bobcats in this.
So we're 15 minutes left in the second stanza.
But again,
4-1
Murphy, Bobcats lost a lot on the defensive end this past
with
year.
Anadobes
Yeah.
and Lauer gone.
Lauer being
Yep.
gone. Those were two key players that they had always there for him. But as time goes on, we'll see these younger players on the defensive end step up.
It'll be a struggle, but they'll get better.
Mhm.
We still a lot of soccer to be played.
Exactly.
Next game for the Lady Cats will be at WC on Wednesday, and the boys play at home that same night. And John and I will bring that
Doubleheader,
game
yep.
to you. Yep. Here's Adele Bechtel. Left foot's ahead to Tia Thomas. Thomas over to Carly Orr. There's Carly Orr. Kicks it ahead right side to Maya Birchfield. She can't get it. It's kicked out of bounds by the Wolves. Goes out of bounds again. Cats will get a throw in. Here's Olivia Girardi. Tries to cross it to Whitney Schaeffer. Pass is a little overextended. Schaeffer goes after it. Kicked out of bounds. Cats will get another throw in. So good to see the Cats have a sustained dominance of possession. Thrown in by Adele Bechtel. Goes past Bertani, scooped up by Baumgartner.
Again, in games like this, Murphy, you can still learn a ton.
Yep.
You can actually learn more in losses than wins at times. Because if you're Grandview right now, just don't worry about the score. Just try to get one in, take one goal at a time if you can.
Yeah.
Still got 13 minutes. You've still got time to get back into this thing. You got to get something quick, though.
For sure. Here's Sasha Estes. Estes moving towards the middle. Tries to get it to Natalie Geist. Geist in a one-on-one situation. Gentile makes a save. Scoops up in front of oncoming traffic. Man, she's been busy tonight.
Once the Bobcats defensively, offensively, once they get things rolling, it's going to be a team to look out for sure.
And whistle blows. Foul on Kilbourne.
Yeah, nice job by Girardi right there to.
Girardi, she's
she used her head.
Best player
she
tonight.
Bounced the head off the right way. Sometimes people just had it straight up in the air and lose control. Got on the right side.
Uh-oh, here's a chance for Taylor Pierce. Doesn't get enough mustard on the shot. Ground ball saved by Baumgartner. You doing okay on the camera over there?
Yeah.
We won't have to deal with
I should know from work how this camera can go. I've seen the one I use for work is a lot bigger.
And you're the production guy, not me.
Yeah. I work a lot on audio, but I watched the camera guy how he picks up film commercials.
There's Baxter.
By the way, I'll make a plug to Brainstorm. I was able to help film the Bedstown First commercial, so if you see that airing within the next few months, you'll know who helped with the audio for that. Yep.
Here's Kayla Morris. It's left-footed ahead.
We get our next client next week.
Yep. Here's Olivia Girardi. This could be a chance for the Bobcats. Loses control of the ball, but a foul's called.
There might be a makeup call from the corner kick.
May have been a makeup call, yep.
Kind of almost just like the same call right there, Murphy. Just a little budge.
Yep. Thomas kicks it ahead. It's stopped by the defender. There's Baxter going after it. She's knocked to the ground. No foul called. And here's Natalie Geist. Geist, we've said her name a lot tonight. There's Baxter again. Whitney Schaeffer tries to get it up to Taylor Pierce. Pierce chasing after the ball. It's kicked out of bounds. Cats will get a throw in.
Kilbourne sends in number 12. Emma Phillips and number 15 is Courtney Reed. Bobcats, number 7. Signey Slaughter and number 15 is Maddie Arndt. And number 12.
Seeing a 4-person rotation now this time for the Bobcats.
Yeah.
Now under 10 minutes to go. Marshmallow.
Marshmallow. Have you ever heard anyone pronounce marshmallow? Here's Adele Bechtel, Maddie Arndt. Up to Tia Thomas. Thomas trying to make some room on the near sideline. Tries to get it ahead to Schaeffer. Goes out of bounds. Throw in for Kilbourne. One more plug for our sponsors, Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's. Freaking pass. As well as Grandview Pro Fitness, the world's best 24-hour fitness center. No one can argue with me.
No.
Anybody who tries anybody tries to argue with me, refer to what I just said in the plug. Under 9 minutes left here in the game.
Where do you work out, Murphy?
The world's best 24-hour fitness center. Well, to be completely precise, nowhere.
Well, if you could choose one, where would you choose?
I'd choose Grandview Pro Fitness.
Of course.
I mean, who wouldn't? Good. Over here's
Bobcats
Taylor Pierce.
with a chance
Pierce
here.
1-on-2. Tries to get it ahead to Slaughter.
Oh, beautiful
Slaughter
pass.
crosses it into Pierce. Bomb gunner stretches out, dives, gobbles it up.
And that was a beautiful pass. Not only was she
Yeah.
ahead
Great play by
of
Bomb
Slaughter.
Gardner,
Yeah,
though,
she was
to
ahead of Slaughter.
sacrifice
She
the
put it on the
body.
right side of Slaughter, on the right side of her foot.
8 minutes left here in the second half. Maddie Yarns pushed to the ground. She's shaken up a little bit. See if she gets up. She does. She'll probably be subbed out at the next whistle. Here's Signe Slaughter. Slaughter. Ball's kicked out of bounds. Cats will get a throw in. Just over 7.5 left here in the second frame. And a foul is called on Taylor Pierce there. She objects to the call.
Might be a little bit of frustration right there from
Yeah.
Pierce.
Frustration boiling over for the Bobcats.
Again, Murphy, it's a long process for the
It's
Bobcats.
a very long process. Yep.
Yeah. They lost a lot of starters to begin with. Just going to take some time to adjust and get used to playing with your new teammates. But I think Bobcats in due time will really pick things up and
For sure.
become possibly even a stronger team than they were last year. They got the potential and they got the players to do it. It's just if once they can connect all the pieces.
Yeah. Adele Bechtel defending over to Whitney Schaeffer.
And again, like we mentioned before, it's a bigger school. You know, a lot of times you're not going to, no matter how good you are, you're not going to be able to beat these bigger schools.
No, you're not.
We're actually, if Worthington Kilbourne, they lost in the playoffs last year. They lost to Upper Arlington.
Oh, wow.
So they are D1.
That shows
and
you what
yeah.
we're up against. Upper Arlington.
Yeah, they played them in the playoffs. They got beat, but still, that's within their league. It's just, it's tough when you play schools like this. But gives credit to Grandview that they're good enough to schedule schools like that.
Yeah.
And you can learn a lot from playing schools like this that are bigger.
Uh-huh.
It can really give you some momentum. You know, even if
Definitely.
you lose, you can still build upon and say, hey, scored a goal against a D1 school. So we're waiting on a corner kick here. Can't see it just because of the blocked out a little bit here with the wall.
This is, I believe, Maddie Feldhaus to attempt this corner kick, and it is. And it's a low kick. Still in the box. Back out to Feldhaus. Feldhaus, left foot, center. Goes out of bounds. Cats will get a goal kick.
For the Wolves on that last exchange, they sent in number 3, Natalie Geis.
2-0 Browns into the first quarter.
Playing the Super Bowl champions, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Seems like it would be 2-0 Indians over the Phillies in the third. Man, I need to see that safety. Heard Tyrod Taylor got hurt in the Browns.
You know what that
game.
means.
Oh,
It's
Baker
Baker.
Mayfield.
They won't play him, though. Will they?
If
don't think
Tyrod's injured, they'll probably play him, but who knows?
Yeah.
Hopefully it isn't that severe. Didn't seem like it was really there really was a competition there. Tyrod was the guy from the beginning.
So now 4.5 minutes to go. Bobcats, they really need some help now.
They definitely need some help. Bechtel
Try to
punches
get
it
back into
out.
this thing. Got to give our hats off, though, to Gentile tonight, Murph.
Definitely, yep.
The way she's played.
She's
You
played
know, don't let the 4 goals fool you on how good she really played today.
She's had a great effort tonight.
This game could have very easily been a 10-1 game at this point,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
thanks to Gentile, she's
It's
made it very reasonable.
It's WK. They've had possession, I'd say, 70% of the time here tonight. That ball's kicked out. 3.5 left here in the game. 4-1 Kilbourne.
A loss right here would send the Bobcats at 0-2.
0-2 in the season after they lost 3-0 to Summit on Saturday.
They do got a game coming
They get
up.
into league play on Wednesday, and, and those are the games that you got to win. Those are the games that matter. And
Obviously, you want to win every
sure.
game you can.
Of course. Now
this can be a big teaching moment.
And a shot
this game.
saved by Gentile. There we go.
You don't think she's building any confidence for league play?
No. And here's Schaeffer motoring into the Wolves zone. And she'll, looks like Brittany Evans will come into the game, as well as Sasha Pomerantz, a freshman. Still some students left here, but looks like most people have fled
We're starting to see some of the players don't get in as much hop in for the Bobcats, get some big-time playing time against D1 school here.
And here's Brittany. That shot will go wide.
So we're about to hit the 2-minute warning right here.
2 minutes. 2 minutes left in the match.
Shout out to Jim Gloyd doing the PA announcing here tonight.
Absolutely. Kilbourne will be going to 1-1 on the season after a 2-0 loss to Westerville Central. Again, a Kilbourne team that only won 2 games last year. Already they're about to get half their wins in the first 2 games of the season.
Just over a minute left here in the second half. And there's a shot towards Gentile. She juggles but hangs on to it, makes the save. 1 minute left in the period. There's Signe Slaughter with the ball. Yeah, be ready for the air horn. Jim over here, he's warning us. .43 seconds left in the game. Cats will drop to 0-2. Worthington Christian will improve to 1-1. This will be their first win of the season. Cats start league play Wednesday night at Worthington Christian. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24.
And tomorrow we will have the boys football game once again at 7 o'clock. We'll be going on about 6:55. Just a little pregame to talk about what to expect this year. Ben McCall will be a part of the broadcasting team.
Won't
Just
be able to make it
unfortunately
tomorrow,
won't be able to make it tomorrow.
He's got a job.
Yeah.
He too is a busy man.
Yep.
8.
7, 6,
And we'll listen to Jim Gloyd do the honors here of blowing the air horn.
2, 1.
Well done.
And that's it.
Final score here, the Worthington Kilbourne Wolves 4, the Grandview Bobcats 1. Kilbourne, they dominated possession in the first half. Cats looked like they're going to get back into the game, and they did for a little bit late in the second half when they had a lot of great chances. They got one in the goal, but after the start of the second half, it was all from the second half on, it was all Kilbourne.
Absolutely, yeah. Kilbourne, they did what they needed to do. They were the bigger school. They needed this win a lot more than the Bobcats did early on, especially compared to last season. But Bobcats, they learned a lot. I feel like they learned a lot from this game.
I think so.
I think
hope
their
so,
passing is really starting to look a bit better. I think Gentile is going to be phenomenal in goal. Defense, I feel like defense they're still young, but I feel like there's something there. I think things will eventually click defensively, and nothing. I mean, it is always never fun to lose, but I think.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you. And I think Bobcats, they really later on in the season they'll really find their mojo. You can tell there's something there and they have momentum going. You just gotta get a win.
Yeah.
They were able to get their first goal of the season, so let's see if they can build upon that.
Yeah, but the key thing to watch this season will be the growth of our young defense core, particularly with James and Lauer gone. But they'll get better. It'll be maybe a bit of a rocky road for them, but.
Yeah.
But hey, the games that matter start Wednesday, and I'm sure the Cats are looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it.
Oh yeah.
We're also looking forward to our football broadcast tomorrow. We'll be live at approximately 6:55. We'll go on air. But John, you got anything else to say?
No, just congratulations again to Kilbourne. Grandview got a little work to do, but not too disappointed of what I saw today. And let's get ready for the good season.
Well, we'll leave it at that. Once again, the final score here: the Worthington Kilbourne Wolves 4, the Grandview Bobcats